ihren Anfängen war die Bewegung nicht rassistisch. Auch wenn es immer wieder Gewalt gab, politisch war sie noch ungerichtet. Heute gelten alle Skinheads als Neonazis. Doch in der englischen Szene der frühen 70er Jahre sind keine rechtsextremen Skins auszumachen. Erst gegen Ende der 70er Jahre, mit der Krise und der Entstehung der Punkbewegung, radikalisieren sich die Street Kids. Angezogen vom Rebellischen, vom Provozierenden, eine neue Generation von Skinheads.
I was happy to be a suede head, mod, skinhead, and mix amongst the whole three of them, because to me, suede head got more girls because he was more classier and more, do you understand, better dressed. Skinhead was more, I am staring at you and being provocative, and mod was, I'm on a scooter, but I still have the same ideals and dance to the same music, which is reggae and Stax, Tamla Motown, to all three cultures.
When I was young, I was quite thin and I was quite weak. You know, I wasn't a tough guy at all, but I wanted to be. You know, and that was the perfect image of a tough guy was a skinhead. And at that time, not many people had skinhead haircuts. The only people who really had skinhead haircuts were either people who are in the services, you know, in the army or something, or criminals. And I used to have a haircut called the hedgehog, which was basically spiky on top and long down the sides, and this was like a football hooliganish cut. And I had that for a while, and then I shaved it off. And it was the first time I ever got stopped by the police. I was riding my push bike down the road. I was only about 13 or something, riding down the road with my sister on the back of the bike, and we're riding along, and the police stopped us. And I got searched. I got all my pockets emptied out and all that. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I've never even spoken to a policeman until then. And then it was like, I was annoyed about it, but I was also quite proud about it. It was like, oh my God, you're grown up all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? The police are interested in you, you know? Yeah, it was an initiation. And the thing that I really liked, looking back on it, was the bond that you got. Because you were so hated, you know, we were hated by everybody. You know, by school teachers, by our parents, by authorities of any type. You know, girls would love you, you know, because you were the bad boys, but they couldn't really take you home to meet their mum and dad, because their mum and dad would ban the girls from going out, you know, because they were with us, you know. And everybody had an attitude, everybody had an opinion about us. I mean, in 1980, every single day in the newspaper, you would have skinheads mug old ladies, skinheads beat up black people, skinheads riot somewhere, and anybody who broke the law at all became a skinhead immediately. And some people loved us, some people hated us, but we always got attention, you know, and it was an amazing feeling. You had a power.
Au début du mouvement, la violence, c'était entre des bandes, c'était... Bon, on voulait montrer aussi qu'on foutait le bordel, qu'on était là et qu'on se fait remarquer, quoi. Et maintenant, de nos jours, c'est vrai que la violence, elle est entre groupes de skins. Elle est souvent entre les racistes et les antiracistes. Et maintenant, je pense que c'est vraiment l'image de skin néo-nazi qui fait que les gens, quand ils s'entendent skinhead, ils n'ont pas vraiment envie de nous rencontrer ou de sympathiser.
My name is Gavin Watson. I became a skinhead when I was 14 years of age. At the same time, I became very, very interested in photography. And the interest in photography, and of course becoming 14, my rites of passage as a young man, both of those fused, and I started to take photographs of my friends and family from the age of about 14 onwards. I've had to be so careful with my work because, as you just said, the ideal of a skinhead is just, for most people, racist Nazis. You go trawl through the internet, all you'll ever see is skinheads attack so-and-so Romania, skinheads. So that's the whole, and it's such a vastly bigger culture than that. That's the cover of the book. That's getting quite famous now, used in there. But that was our basically our playground, wasn't it?
Yeah, what that was, that was an electric box. Because I remember we used to go up on that box and that looked over the park, didn't it? And you weren't allowed to climb up because they had like a barbed wire going up there.
And the Spencers used to jump off it.
Eventually fenced it off, didn't they?
Yeah. That's just the Spencers.
Yeah. That was New Year's Eve, 1980-81, that was, down at Piccadilly Circus, wasn't it?
Eros, statue Eros, so they'd walled it off.
I really fancied her. The only reason I'm in that picture is because I got my arm around her. She was gorgeous.
You did fancy
Beverly.
Didn't
Beverly,
you
her
ever
name
get
was.
off for Beverly?
No.
Later that night, we both got
I got mugged.
Who stole his Crombie.
Yeah, bastards. That was my first proper fashion item. I saved up. My fucking nan gave me money. I saved up my paper round money. That was my first proper.
He was so proud of it.
Fucking fashion item, wasn't it? Yeah. I used to wash it down. Everyone took the piss out of me.
He's like, yeah, I ordered a 19 big crusty skin. It's just bang, give us your Crombie.
Every time I ever went to a gig, this geezer, he had a swastika on his hand, tattooed, Nazi written across his finger, and 5 dots there. And he was with this black geezer, and every time I ever went to a gig after that date, I looked for that fucker, and never did I find him.
This one I love. This is one that caused so much controversy about, Nazis and this, that, and the rest of it. But it's basically Melvin fucking around, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they weren't Nazis, were they?
No. Well, the thing is, all that, I mean, Melvin was really a punk, and all the Nazi imagery came from Sid Vicious, wasn't it? Remember he wore the swastika T-shirt, because, you know, fuck off, the V sign, all that stuff, it meant nothing. But our parents were actually at war with the Nazis. Our grandfathers actually died in Europe fighting them, so this was the ultimate rebellion against the parents and against the last generation.
C'est Fred et donc j'ai démarré dans le mouvement il y a plus d'une vingtaine d'années, vers 78. C'était vraiment un mouvement de jeunes, on était tous issus du punk avec les cheveux colorés, machin, on avait eu envie de s'amuser, de se défouler. Au bout d'un moment, ça peut lasser de se faire toujours prendre pour un clown. Donc redécouvrir quelque chose qui culturellement marche avec le punk mais qui est beaucoup plus discret et surtout beaucoup plus guerrier, c'est super. Le pas à franchir pour radicaliser ça, il est assez rapide à faire. C'est-à-dire que quelques-uns, comme ça venait d'Angleterre surtout, ont tout de suite donné un côté patriote. Ça se voit au niveau des matchs de foot, ça tout le monde connaît, les hooligans. Après du patriotisme à la xénophobie, il faut un tout petit peu plus de temps. Paradoxalement, à part le ska, les skinheads n'avaient pas de musique. Ils continuaient à écouter du punk. Mais le punk, ça chante l'anarchie. Il n'y avait pas une musique propre. Il y avait une musique ancienne, refaite. Il n'y a pas de musique propre. Et quelques groupes sont apparus, qu'on créé la Oi. Et ça, c'est la musique des skinheads. Enfin, il y avait une musique. Enfin, il y avait une musique avec des paroles adéquates. Et quand un groupe comme Screwdriver l'a joué avec excellence,